Dandadan is a series that has taken the world by storm. Even Moist Critical made a video to talk about how much he loved the show. So let's talk about the show. Is it actually that good? And what's this I hear about the show coming into legal trouble? To figure this out, we need to do some research. Season 1 hit me like a truck. I pressed play and the intro instantly captivated me. The colours, the music, the animation, everything. I felt the passion the creators had in every frame. Look at this. People don't do this if they don't love what they're doing. Then we get introduced to the characters, and they were written so well. For example, take Okarun. He's a guy who's been an outcast all his life. People ignore, or worse, bully him. He's never had a true friend, and that isolation gets to him. And as anyone would, he tries to combat that isolation, finding comfort in the occult and conspiracy theories. After all, if humanity doesn't understand him, maybe something else out there will. But now someone has stood up for him. This one person who decided to be kind. Now he has to make a decision. Does he let her walk away? No. So he chases after her, a cult magazine in hand, and talks about the one thing he can. And then there's Momo Ayase. She's confident, capable, and fearless. She has two good friends, and she's felt the pain that bullying brings. She knows what it's like to be alone, so when she sees someone being harassed by their classmates, she acts, and that small act of kindness changes the course of her life. This show is all over the place and moves at a breakneck speed.
I'll let you suckle my teats, boy. If you let me gobble your dog.
But at the heart of the story are the characters. No matter how convoluted the plot gets, the true story is about the relationships that form between them. The thing that brings me back every episode isn't the crazy fights or the all over the place plot, it's the characters, and seeing them grow little by little and deepening their relationships with one another. Truly, the only negative thing I can say about the first season is it ends really abruptly, and even that's grasping at straws. Season 2 picks up right from where the first left off, and the thing that stands out to me most is the developing relationship between Okarun and Momo. They are so cute together. Where is he? Yes! Oh, my boy!
I was rushing over.
Coming
He
in
made it.
clutch.
Yes! Oh, baby!
Guys, we just
They are the cutest pair I have ever seen. Watching these characters slowly realize their feelings for each other is so rewarding. Their relationship develops in such a slow, natural way. Every episode, something little happens to just push their relationship dynamics slightly. This show has made an art form out of capturing human relationships. Every character in the show gets so much care put into them. Take Aria Shiratori for example. At first, she comes across as this popular, pampered pretty girl, and you're primed to hate her immediately. But the show challenges your opinion of her when she does one of the most mature things I've ever seen a character do in a show, and it has real consequences for her. What a fucking legend, bro.
Ira.
I know.
That
Owning
is
up to a mistake.
that is the most goated move ever. That is like absolutely insane levels of accountability. She starts to lose her social circle because of it. People look at her differently now. But of course, Momo and Okarun pull her into their friend group. The show routinely sets you up to think one thing about a character, and then forces you to confront that image you have of them. Writing like this makes Dandadan so good. They take proper, careful consideration with every character, making someone who you can both love and hate. Even if you didn't care about any of the character stuff I just said, the show has some of the greatest animation and fight scenes in shonen. The fights have this fluid, natural movement to them. Every action has weight behind it. You can feel every impact, and the characters' movements look like real people made them. Even in the most mundane scenes, you can see how much love was put into making these characters feel like they're there and real, almost like you could reach out and touch them. The music and the sound design takes all the phenomenal work the animators and writers have done and elevates the show to a truly spectacular level.
Best song.
The soundtrack is just as off the wall as the plot, and I mean that in the best way possible. 1 second you're listening to remixed classical while Okarun is desperately running to escape a giant crab and a horde of possessed people. The next you're listening to some techno. And of course, who could forget that now iconic rock exorcism scene? The stage is set, the band is ready. We get a kick-ass Back to the Future reference, and then the anime hits us with a song so rad, the dead wake to party. One of the most blood-pumping, head-bopping and foot-stomping scenes I've experienced in a while. Me and all my friends freaked the fuck out when we watched this together.
Holy shit.
Logan's right, this is fire.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
But nothing good comes without a price. This scene was done in homage to a popular band known as X Japan. Each of the characters are designed after members of the band. Even the name of the fictional band is a play on one of their last names. So it starts with a tweet from this man, Yoshiki, one of the band members of X Japan. There have been a lot of different interpretations of what this tweet meant. Some say he was being accusatory, others say he was expressing surprise and flattery by the tribute. I've seen some screenshots of follow-up tweets, but I have a hard time telling the validity of them because Yoshiki deleted the originals, so all I have to go off of are translated screenshots and secondhand testimonies, so I'm in a bit of a bind here. If anyone has any information or context I'm missing, please leave a comment. I've spent way too long researching this section of the script, so we should move on. The real problem is the song is incredibly similar to an actual track by X Japan. And if you know anything about the Japanese, you know they get a massive hard on for anything to do with copyright infringement. So Yoshiki gets a call from his legal team, and they tell him that they believe there is some copyright infringement happening, so he makes this post. But now the lawyers are officially involved, and Yoshiki soon removes all his previous posts about the situation. And the situation continues to evolve behind the scenes. But it gets weirder. Aniplex are one of the producers behind Dandadan, and Aniplex is owned by Sony, and Sony owns the rights of X Japan. So Sony is suing Sony? The whole situation seems to have calmed down now, with both sides making public apologies, but what actually worries me is the effect this could have on the show. When they get into trouble for making loving tributes to a band, from my perspective the whole situation was positive. People that didn't know X Japan went to check them out, and people that hadn't watched Dandadan gave the show a look. Then the lawyers got involved and ruined it. When a loving homage is enough to get you into legal trouble, it makes you wonder if other creators will be too scared to show their admiration for existing works in the future. The only reason this didn't devolve further is because Sony owns the rights to both IPs. Can you imagine what would have happened if they weren't the rights holders? The copyright laws in Japan blow my mind. Their laws are so harsh. You can go to prison for simply downloading pirated music, even unknowingly. These laws affect everyone, creators, fans, and artists. Even I, a literal nobody, have had run-ins with Japanese copyright law because of my Pokemon video. When you zoom out of the issue and look at it as a whole, it shows when corporations force their way into the creative process, it never ends well. Just look at the current state of AAA games. In the end, Dandadan may have survived this controversy, but it's hard to shake the feeling that the next tribute or even the next creative risk could face similar hurdles. The question is, how do we balance creative freedom and respect the intellectual property of others? It's a tough question to answer, and I'm not sure anyone has that answer. God knows I don't. But with all that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and just quickly, to clarify something, X Japan, the band, are not responsible for the controversy. They did nothing wrong. They were just existing, and then the lawyers that hold the IP decided to go a bit nuts. Yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that. From what I understand, they took it pretty alright, and it was just, the corporate bigwigs that were having a problem with what was going on.